Okay, so after we plugged our Arduino in, we have the bare minimum open, which has nothing in it and won't do anything, right? And then we changed our board to an Arduino Nano because that was what we plugged in, right? And there's lots of options. And then these two buttons do verify your code. So that's going to check that you don't have any errors. And it'll take just a second. Right, which is really just compiling the code. Okay, cool. And then it'll tell me if I have any errors. It says down here that I don't have any errors. And then I'd hit upload to push that to the Arduino. This one isn't going to do anything. So our next step is going to be to get it to do something. To get it to do something.
I got a bunch of errors.
You get a bunch of errors.
Yeah.
Cool.
Neat.
Alright, we'll deal with that in a second. So, at any rate, the place you get examples is in File, Examples, and there's a whole bunch of examples in here. Right? I would start with the basics. The digital stuff has other stuff. The analog stuff has other stuff, right? There's like a whole bunch of junk in here. If you want to figure out how to actually wire the board to go with the example code, you want an Arduino Learn app on your phone, which I would really recommend putting on your phone so you can have the code up on one screen and the wiring diagram in your hand and then the Arduino itself on the table. Does that make sense? All right, cool. Okay, so we learned a thing. The thing we learned is that it matters which COM port the board is connected to. And the way you figure out what COM port you're connected to and the way you set the COM port. So to set the COM port, you need to, in Tools, go down here to Port, and you actually have to select one of these. So even if there's a list of ports here that are available, one of the ports is not necessarily selected. Right? So you want to select a port. You could try this by trial and error, right, to figure out which port the thing's connected to. Another thing you could do is you can, in the search bar, type Device Manager. That'll bring up this thing. And down here under Ports, you'll see which ports are available. If when you plug the board in, if Windows chimes, right, that means you're plugging it into a port that's actually available that you can control, right? And the device is being kind of recognized. So once it's in there, once the computer's chimed about it being plugged in, it should show up in this ports list. There might be a few things in here if you have a bunch of USB devices plugged in, right? But most of them won't connect to anything, actually. Like, I also have a wireless mouse plugged in here, and it's not counting that as a port. Let's cool this. Okay, so figure out which port you're on, and then verify your code, upload your code, and when you upload your code, you should just get this nice done uploading message here.